check 112. Ooh. Ooh. Cyrenus, thank you for tuning in. I don't actually have anything for first, so that might be something I need to add to the suggestions. Also, suggestions. Ads might start very, very shortly. Just letting you know. Add something for a redeem for first. You have a whole thing in StreamBot for first. Okay. Yeah, then I might look into that as well. But I hope you're doing well. Thank you for pasting in your updates on your streaming bag. It's always nice to see other people's designs. So yeah, how are those fans working out for you currently? They should be fine. I mean, it's just those fans are just there to create circulation. So yeah, fans have been great. That's good to hear. And from what you mentioned, they sound like they are running quite efficiently for being ran off a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank. WT, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Oh, ads. We got ads. So we're just gonna wait and chill. Maybe no, it should be good because I've designed my own fans for 60mm ones. So yeah, let's have a look. Yes, ads are around, so we'll just wait and chill until the ads have finished, and then we'll continue on. The ads are there because, well, Twitch is made it so that it has to be on. But here we are. So yeah, let me just quickly check the camera angles. So 1, 2, 3, and then number 4. Okay, cool. Yes. Is my audio down? 1125. It was 925. Okay, still the same. Cool. Don't think I need restream at the moment. Don't think I need remote access. Everything seems to be working fine. Yes. I also had to update knobs because some of the chat commands didn't want to work, and it turned out to be knobs was outdated. So I updated that, which is a bit weird because an out of date application shouldn't affect the commands that much. So it is. It's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. Yes, it is. Hope you're doing well, WT. Welcome on in. Yeah, I haven't. When was the last time I streamed? 8 days ago was the last time I streamed. So I haven't been quite active for the stream this past week. Yes. Happy Lunar New Year to those who celebrate. I don't think there was one held yet. In Darwin, it's just been constant rain. Every single bloody day, there's just been constant raining. So they might have pushed the Tet Festival back a couple weeks. I know that part of the Chinese community, they've had to push theirs back a week or two, I think, as well. Ads are done, so let's remove that. Welcome on in, everyone. Yes, you're back. Welcome back. Yes. Excuse me. Oh man. Um. No, I should be good about the 40 millimeter version. I've already got quite a few designs utilizing the 40 mil and the 60 mil, both from Noctua. So I should be good. I think Corrupt might want something. If you don't, if you have it, maybe just upload it to the channel. That'd be great. Thank you, Serenus. So yeah, today's stream is just going to be chill and testing because I have recently received a new I bought it, so it's finally arrived. I bought it from AliExpress, and all right, let's get into it right now. I might just disconnect this. Where's the cap? Put a cap. Okay. Clear. You've come to the conclusion that your hub was terrible. Yeah. Bless. Thank you, Cliff. Cliff, to you. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Amosi, Corrupt, Hyena, Jeez Louise. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Yeah. I did look at your live stream, Cliff, about the super secret app. And from the looks of it, it looked pretty good. Just wasn't sure about bonding. So I might have to look into it a little bit further, or at least look into... oh, hang on. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I've recently received something that I purchased in this hard shell case. Does anybody want to have a gander about what might be in here? So I purchased it from AliExpress, and it was delivered. It was sent out from China. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, man. It's I did had a video planned using a different app called USB Camera Pro, which is a paid app, but it's a one-time fee of I think $6 Australian. But the Live Streamer app was released literally 2-3 weeks ago, and it's for free, and it allows me to ingest a USB video feed and then push it out to an SRT address. So yeah. Yes. The thing about Live Streamer, as well as utilizing Bond Buddy, was it's confusing as fuck. It is confusing as fuck trying to push the Live Streamer output stream to Bond Bunny in order to utilize a Bellabox Cloud SRT-LA bonding capability stream. So even for me, who have a lot of experience with configuring shit, I got confused so bad. So I might I might do because they mentioned it, and then it's like, oh, okay, that would have been helpful in the video that was advertising it. So, so I might do like a quick YouTube short, because it's literally like a 30-second method. So yeah, it's just one of those things that wasn't clearly explained in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, you didn't install Bond Bunny because it's once you get up and running, it's pretty good. It allows you to bond at the very least 2 connections, internal cellular as well as external Wi-Fi. So yeah, when you do it, let me know how convoluted it seems to you, and then I'll help you out. So yeah, your stream phone has no SIM. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So Cliff, no, it's not a drone. And Amosi, no, it's not the Osmo 360 from DJI. It's all right. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, let's see. Top down. Okay. So yeah, I haven't. No, not the GL as well. So, okay, here we go. Let's bust this bad boy open. It's not a modem. It's not a modem. It is... Oh, shit. I've opened it the wrong way. Oh, that's negative. Hang on. Plus, 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 plus. There we go. It is a wireless video transmission system. But have a look at the shape. This is the transmitter, by the way. This is the receiver. This is from a company called VRRIIS. Vriz. Riz? No, it doesn't. Well, not a human butt. All right. I'm pretty sure Australian customs would definitely confiscate that for sure if it was a taser. So I'll just pull everything out from the box just to show what else is in here. Then we have a USB-C cable. Okay, there's nothing else in the container. So yes, it is a HDMI wireless video transmission system. But let's have a look at the transmitter, and then we'll take a closer look. Okay, zooming. Okay, this is the transmitter when it decides to focus. So we have a tripod base. Yes, ding, 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 ding. This is a transmitter for the Pocket 3. And it plugs directly into the base of the Pocket 3. But let's go over through the setup. Deadly, welcome on in. Are you back yet or no? We're not breaking anything yet. I've just opened this. So we are going through some of the equipment tests for a potential wireless transmission system that can be connected to the DJI Pocket 3. So this here is the transmission unit. So let's spin it around. So here we have a USB Type-C power in port. Here we have a HDMI full size in. Now let's rotate it more. Here we have a sled to suit a MPF style battery. Let's shoot. And here we have a HDMI loop out. And then we have a power button and a reset button as well. Now on the bottom is a tripod mount. Now on the top is a USB port, or sorry, a USB plug with two hooks that will hook into the base of a DJI Pocket 3. Monkey, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. All right, so that is the transmission system. Let's have a look at the receiver system. So we have two screws here that we plug in the antennas for. All right, now we'll rotate around. Here we have a USB Type-C power delivery in, or 5-volt 2 amps. We have a on button. Rotate more. On the rear, we have another sled to suit a MPF style battery. Rotate again. Now we have a HDMI full-size output as well as a UVC output on the receiver device. Now on the base is another quarter 20 tripod thread for mounting into a tripod. So hooray! Now we'll get to see how this bad boy works. All right, I have my Pocket 3 here, so we will just pop that off. Pop this off. I wonder if this can fit with the Ulanzi cage on top. Ooh. No. It doesn't fit while the cage is attached. So let's remove the cage. Mod only. It's a mod. It's a mod world. Okay. I've inserted it. Both sides have clamped in. Now, I wonder if I can reattach the cage to the Pocket 3. Ooh, okay. So unfortunately, because of the design of the base of this transmitter system, the cage isn't able to go down probably by about 3 mil. So it's unable to clamp. So we won't be able to utilize the Pocket 3 cage. That's absolutely fine. Freedom. All right. So now, I don't believe this has internal battery. So let me just power or push the power button. 1, 2, 3. No, doesn't look like. I'll push it once. No, doesn't look like there's an internal battery. These are quite lightweight for a transmission system. So, yeah. All right, here is an MPF battery. This one is rated at 6,000 milliamp hours. All right. Mojo Jojo, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Would you like to be? Just getting ready for a bike ride, not a stream, but a bike ride, then GYG. All right, no worries, Deadly. Hopefully it's not raining out that way for you. All right, let me... Okay, so we've plugged in the battery. It literally turned on the unit automatically. So let's see what we have on screen. It says channel 09 RX0 full battery and then a wireless icon. with a lightning bolt. And then underneath 1920 by 1080 60 hertz. So that's what it's displaying on the transmitter base. Okay, let's power on the Pocket 3 and it's automatically switched to webcam mode. So let's go here. Now, according to the manual, if we swipe up, we can change this to 60p. I don't believe them, but let's give it a go. Swipe up. So now we're on 1080p 60 in webcam mode. I did not know. So yes, apparently this can do 1080p 60 in webcam mode. All right, we have this set up. I might, oh, shh, don't break the head. Don't break the head. Okay, now let's get the receiver up and running. So we'll connect a MPF battery, or we could connect a power bank into the USB Type-C 5 volt. All right, okay, so as soon as I inserted the battery, it powered on automatically. Now let's wait and see. And according to the manual, it says it might take between 10 to 15 seconds before these two devices pair with each other. So right now, all the indicator lights are on. And yep, there we go. We have 1080p 60 frames per second. So now I'm going to plug in the HDMI out to the main board, or the main PC that we're watching right now. I believe I paid $330. I have to double check. So, all right, let's plug that in. Okay, now let's switch to this HDMI input on stream. Okay. So I'm gonna do a clap and then see what the delay is to the receiver. Not bad. Oh, sorry. Is the Wi-Fi between the transmitter? I don't know. I don't know if there is a way to change the antenna reception. I think it's automatic between these two. Apparently, this unit has, well, let me switch back to the top down. This unit, one transmitter and one receiver, has a line of sight range of up to 500 meters. So let me check. It's not. According to some of the YouTube shorts, it says it can, but at the moment it's not. So unless I'm not doing something correct. Oh, one thing I want to do, can you link this? Yeah, okay, yeah. Let me open up the AliExpress page. Because this not only just works for the Pocket specifically, you can also utilize any HDMI camera or any HDMI source as well. So you don't have to utilize this specific for the Pocket 3. Although That's what this whole thing's designed for. Sometimes it charges, but the icon doesn't change. Okay, so just for reference for everyone, we are at 96% of Pocket 3 battery. Okay, 96. 96. All right, let me switch to that. Copy. Okay, hang on. I'll paste the link in chat and I'll paste it in Discord. Where? New to me. So I've pasted it in the channel called New to Me in my Discord. For those who wish to join, you can join my Discord here. I've also released a new video on YouTube, and I need to mod Mojo Jojo. How do you? I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it wrong. Oh, 671. There we go. Mojo Jojo 671. Okay, yes, I've given mods. Yes, I've uploaded a YouTube video, and it is specifically on how to get a HDMI camera and send it into Moblin that's running on an iPhone. It's a 15-minute video. It's quite long. But I've had to split it up into sections. I haven't filmed the other sections yet. So the first section is solely based on setups to do with Android smartphones. And then the next section, I will do a very short video using an iPad as a device to ingest a HDMI camera via a HDMI capture device and then push it to Moblin on an iPhone. The third section, I'll talk about using video hardware encoders like a Bella box or an iRaw box, or even like a TBS 2603A with some caveats. But yes, and then the fourth section, which I don't actually have any equipment for, is using another iPhone to send a HDMI camera feed to the primary iPhone running Moblin. So, yeah. Okay, let me just quickly go back down. One thing I want to check is if there's audio being transmitted through this particular setup. So let me switch over to the primary picture. Okay, this is the DJI Pocket 3 connected to the Viris wireless video transmission system designed for the Pocket 3. No worries, Deadly. Yeah, let me know. So right now you are seeing the video transmission from the Pocket 3 with a transmission system attached to the base of the physical Pocket 3, sending it wirelessly to a receiver system. So slight jitters, yeah. I think it might be from the 60 frames per second. So let me go back to the top down. Slight jitters, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what I might do is I'll swipe up, switch it back to 30, swipe down. Now we're in 1080p 30. I'm curious if you can use a USB-C extension cable instead of it directly to the base. Oh, I do have an extension cable. So we might even try to connect the Action 4. Yeah, we might even try to connect the Action 4 using this wireless video transmission system. All right, so oh nope, channel 9. Nope. Okay, I need to go into the manual to check to see how I can change any of these configurations. But I have recently just changed from 1080p 60 down to 1080p 30. So now let me switch back to the other scene. Please hold. Oh. It could be the proximity of the transmitter to the receiver as well. I know that with other HDMI transmission systems, if the receiver and the transmitter are within a meter of each other, they tend not to work as great. Where's my chat phone? Right, I might actually just go for a walk outside. Let me just bring up my chat. Right, I've got real-time chat on. Alright, I'm just going to start recording on OBS as well so I can watch the playback. Alright, let's go. Oh yeah, I got this. I went the other way. Right, so we're literally outside. So it doesn't seem to work when I walk down that side of the building. Yeah, I'm still outside, by the way. So, let me just prop you up here. Oh, why is that so? Ah, yeah. Let me change the Pro. Swipe. Exposure, auto. Confirm. Exposure. Right. Right, we're outside now. I need to mow this. Okay. Yeah. So we're outside. I can't tell. The real-time chat is looking very glitchy. So I can't tell whether or not we're getting smooth playback or smooth transmission. So I'm literally outside of my room. I'm standing outside, but I'm standing outside of the room as well. So the receiver unit is about probably what, 10 meters? Yeah, it's about 10 meters from where I am through glass. Seems okay. Okay, thank you very much. Because yeah, the real-time chat doesn't always go smooth. Okay, so one thing I might try to do now is to enable face tracking. So let me double tap. All right, so now we've got face tracking enabled. So yeah. When in RTMP mode, auto tracking tends to just shit itself. But this is technically UVC mode. So I don't know if this is able to keep up with that type of configuration as well. Oh, the DJI marks are inside. Oh man. Okay, so this is a quick run test. Okay, let me check the battery again. We're still holding at 96%, so it's probably not charging, but it's also not draining. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me turn off. Okay, let me now record internally on the Pocket 3. So we're recording on the Pocket 3. We've got face tracking on the Pocket 3, and the Pocket 3 is in webcam mode. So yeah. After this, I might switch it back to 1080p 60 and then repeat the process, because I think of the proximity to the receiver, we were getting quite a bit of glitching out before. So this here is webcam mode in 1080p 30. We are also recording internally on the Pocket 3, and we also have face tracking as well. So, right, let me stop the tracking, stop the recording. Okay, let me hold up my hand so I know which part of the VOD I need to look at. Okay. Small imperfections while recording, but he expects it. Probably, yeah, probably. All right. I've switched it back to 1080p 60. I'm now going to we might do a quick spinny Rooney. Ooh, okay. So one thing is the transmitter itself is getting very hot. So I might need to actually install a handle on the base where the tripod mount is, which makes sense for a transmission system. It does get warm. Every other transmission system I've used does get warm. All right, let's now record, and let's also now do face tracking. So here we have the Pocket 3 in webcam mode in 1080p 60. We are also recording, and we are also having the face tracker enabled as well. So let's do some quick movements here and there and see if there is anything that we can cause to not fail, but cause any issues that we can observe for the future. Okay, let's head back inside. So I'll just stop recording at the moment. I'll keep the 60 frames on. Ooh, that is toasty. Okay, I might get my temperature gun and then have a look at the temp. Yeah. Stop recording. I will now do exposure. Isn't there auto? Confirm. Yeah, so alright, let me just shift the transmission system a little bit further away from the desk. Yeah. Okay, let's see now. As I mentioned, the base here is actually getting quite warm. So let me get my 132, 41 on this side, 49 on this side. Now the Pocket 3 itself is about 38 on the front, and I know that it tends to be warmer on the back. It's 38 on the back. So we're getting about 45 degrees Celsius. 45 degrees Celsius for the temperature on the base unit of the transmission system. And I completely forgot about the mic, so I do apologize if you've heard none of that. But I now need to get a tripod handle. Hang on. Excuse me. Toasty indeed. So I will now install this tripod handle, so that now I can hold the entire system here instead of trying to hold it up here. All right. So let's now try to connect the wireless microphone. Did you notice any stuttering while I switched over to 1080p 60 while walking in the house, or no? Right. So we have the DJI Mic 2 that's already been paired for the Pocket 3. So I will just power this on, and we should see some green bars on the top of the screen that tells me that both the microphone is paired to the Pocket 3. All right, let's do some quick mic comparisons. Okay, here we go. Let's now switch over to the primary scene for this. Okay, this is the Pocket 3 connected to the DJI Mic 2. I'm going to tap on the mic to double check that it is the microphone that we are using and not the microphone from the Pocket 3. I'm going to blow into the mic. I do apologize, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I know that this mic is connected to this Pocket 3, and I do hear every now and then a little bit of a pulse for like a very split second, but that's normally to do with power. So I don't know how I'm able to resolve that issue, but overall, as a wireless webcam, to be sent to a receiver that can output HDMI, or it can output USB UVC. So essentially, this transmission system can either extend a HDMI camera to a HDMI monitor, or from just looking at everything. It can extend wirelessly a USB webcam to a USB webcam. Now, I don't know if we're able to do both. So right now it's USB camera pushing out to HDMI output. So I want to know if we're able to push in a HDMI input and push out to a USB UVC output. So interesting. Little blips, yeah, here and there. So I'm not sure how to, I'm not sure what's causing that. So I don't know how to resolve it. You might as well head to bed. No worries, Cyrinus. Hope you have a great day or night, depending where you are. And yeah, if you need me to do any more testing, let me know and I'll be able to do it. So yeah, this I think is a very good product. I think we need to do more testing though. So I'll need to look into the manual and see if there's any other settings that we are able to change to try and get a more better and stable transmission system. So that glitching that you see with the slight frame delay, that's actually from my PC, because that happens to all my other connected cameras. So curious on the runtime at 6,000. Oh yeah, true. Okay, let me double check the Pocket 3 battery. We've now dropped to 95%. So I actually don't know how long I've been in this mode for it to drop 1%. But we'll have a look. The supposed range that's been advertised in the manual, apparently with one transmitter and one receiver, line of sight 500 meters, according to the manual. This transmitter is able to push out to, I believe, 4 receivers. But in doing so, that pulls down the range. And I remember seeing that in the manual as well, where they've explained the range. Oh, here we go. So if it's one transmitter, which is the base, connected to one receiver, we have a max transmission distance of 500 meters. 2 receivers drops it down to 450 meters. 3 receivers drops it down to 400 meters. 4 receivers drops it down to 300 meters. 5 receivers drops it down to 200 meters, which is insane, because previous HDMI transmission systems that I've purchased were advertising between 100 and 150 meters line of sight of transmission system. So for some reason, this is toting that it can do 500 meters. 20 receivers? No. So the max is 5, according to the manual. All right, let's have a look. The frequency band is 5 gigahertz. The codec used is H.265. The apparent latency is about 0.05 seconds. It has wireless 6, I think, on here. Yeah, let me go through. So I don't think there's many options to change. Yeah, apparently this is 20 megabit video bitrate. So it looks plenty sharp. I'm only pushing out 6 megabit to restream. So you won't be able to have all the glory of 20 megabit per second. So you're getting garbage from okay, let me just see. There doesn't seem to be any other options that we can adjust. It's literally plug and play. That's it. Okay. So besides from the give you 20, I have the shittest internet for the home internet, so I can't push too high for upload speed. Okay, so that's a worry as well. Well, not much of a worry. The fact that the Pocket 3, that's okay, Zerinus. The fact that the Pocket 3 is able to directly attach to this transmission system without any cabling at all is fantastic. Oh, okay. This is something we are getting charging right now. So I guess when the Pocket 3 drops to a certain level, it will then engage the charging. Okay. The Pocket 3 is starting to feel warm. Okay, let's have a look. Let me check. Okay, so the right side, we're getting about 41 degrees. The left side of the transmitter, 50 degrees. The front of the Osmo, we're getting about 40 degrees Celsius. But the rear, I felt hot somewhere. Hang on. I felt somewhere that's hot. Oh, must not has been hot as I thought. 35. What's that? 38. Oh. Yeah. So I might switch back to 30 frames per second to see if the audio blips are a bit minimized. So let's now switch back to the camera 4 scene. Okay, this is the Pocket 3, and I've switched from 1080p 60 and I've switched it to 1080p 30. Although now I'm hearing a lot more audio glitching. It could be my proximity to the transmitter system as well. Generally, wireless transmission systems have a minimum distance they should be apart. So it could just be my proximity to that. Yeah, and then we have HDMI in, and then we have HDMI out. So I wonder if this device is able to ingest UVC and then output HDMI from the transmission system. Okay, instead of using the receiver system. Okay, so what I mean by that is that because the Pocket 3 is already directly connected to the USB plug of this transmission system, I want to know if HDMI loop out will display what the UVC is pushing in. Okay. I don't think it's going to do anything, but you know, we're here to test. All right, so we've connected a HDMI to the HDMI loop out. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll have a look and see. Oh shit, it's working. So this is the DJI Pocket 3 connected into the transmission system, and we have a HDMI output from the transmission system that's being fed into the capture devices on my main PC. So for those who are looking at a unit that converts from USB UVC webcam to HDMI output, you can just use the transmission system. You can use just the transmission system. So that's interesting. Wow. Okay. So you don't even need to use the receiver. That's crazy. So you can just use the single transmission device to plug in a Pocket 3 and then spit out a HDMI. So this is essentially a converter from Pocket 3 to HDMI. That's pretty amazing. To be honest, not lying. That's now I say this is amazing because just to convert a USB UVC webcam to HDMI, there are specific items available. Osmo UVC to HDMI that's currently for sale that does what this is doing, such as the Chrome. Yep. So this is the Osmo UVC to HDMI adapter. It's $300 Australian. So what this is able to do is to plug in a USB camera or device, and then this box converts it into a HDMI output, whereas just the transmission system is able to do the exact same thing. But the price that I paid for this was about $350 for a kit, for a transmission and receiver kit, whereas the Osmo unit costs $300 by itself. So yeah, pretty amazing, to be honest, that this has been able to perform well above my expectations. It's performing well above my expectations. Okay, what I want to try and do now is to see if we can connect a extension cable into the transmission system and plug in a different USB webcam. So let's give that a crack. All right, let's I'll turn off the Pocket 3. I'll just remove the cable so it's a lot easier to grab. Okay, I will now disengage the Pocket 3 from the transmitter handle. Ooh, that is toasty. Wow. Okay, so the transmission handle is still powered, and we've just removed the Pocket 3. So now I want to get an extension cable. God damn, the Pocket 3 is quite warm. Hang on. So we're getting about 42 degrees. 43, 38, 40, 40, 42, and this is just the Pocket 3. All right, let's no, we won't charge it because charging heats it up. Okay, let's Get ready to rumble. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that, everyone. I forgot I'm live and not by myself. Okay. I have just got the DJI Action 4 here. And we have a extension cable. So let me now power up the Action 4. Let's now plug in the extension cable to the Action 4. Unlock the screen. Now let's plug in Now we'll select webcam mode on the Action 4. And first of all, I want to check to see if we have direct UVC webcam to HDMI from the transmission unit itself and not from the receiver unit. Okay, let me just hold my finger like this and we'll switch to this scene. Okay, this is the DJI Action 4 connected directly into the transmission system, and we have the HDMI connected to the loop out of the transmission system. All right, that's good. Okay, let's switch back to the top. Oh, we got ads. We got ads. We got ads. All right, I'm now plugging in the HDMI to the receiver system. Okay, this is the DJI Action 4 connected via a USB extension to the transmission transmitter, and the image that you're seeing right now and audio is coming from the receiver unit itself. Again, I might be too close for all that audio glitching. So yeah, again, this is the Action 4. The Action 4 is showcasing that it is also being charged at the moment too. And yeah, wow, it's amazing. This is pretty amazing. Okay, yeah. So we have the Action 4 in webcam mode. I believe it's 1080p 30. I wonder if I'm able to change it. No, I can't. There are no other options to change while on the Action 4. So the Action 4 is connected via a USB extension to the transmitter system, and the HDMI is connected to the receiver system, which is sitting on the printer over here, and it's then pushing it into the PC. So that very short 5-second frame rate drop is from the PC itself. I think I'm just using way too much power. So yeah, okay, this is pretty amazing. Yeah, okay, this extension cable isn't as flexible. So, okay, here we go. Top down. Yeah. Oh, ads are completed as well. So, yeah, we have the... Oh, let me see if I can add camera 4. Scene. We need to go to V, camera for 4. Let me mute that. Okay, so the top left-hand camera is the direct feed from going to the PC. The picture-in-picture is the image coming in from the receiver of this transmission system. So yeah, it's about a 0.05 second delay, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all, considering it's USB UVC webcam wireless transmission. Wireless. And we're using an Action 4 as opposed to the Pocket 3, which is this particular transmission system is designed for, to be used with the Pocket 3. Wow, amazing. This is amazing. Okay, the handle is getting quite warm. Sorry, not the handle. The transmission unit is getting stupid warm. Oh, what's that? 56 degrees? What's this? So it's 29 on one side, 56 on another. What's this one saying? 40... We got 46 on one side. The top, oh, I wonder what the top is generating. About 39. So this is also transmitting to the Pocket 3 as well, from the cradle of the Pocket 3. Okay, let's have a look here. I want to measure the temp on here. So we're getting about 40, 48, 50. Wow. Okay. Hot. This is hot. Okay, so let me disconnect. Well, let me hide camera 4. Let me disconnect the Action 4 via the extension cable. And now let me reattach the Pocket 3. It's still quite warm. Okay, we have clamp is success. Let's now re-engage the Pocket 3, automatically switch over to webcam mode. And the Mic 2 is also paired as well. So yeah. And this is a 6,000 milliamp hour power bank. I do have a 10,000 one, which is this big, which is insane. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm so impressed by this wireless transmission system. This UVC wireless transmission system. Amazing. Now, this is another test that I want to do as well, is with other HDMI transmitter systems. They have been touted of being able to hot swap. And what I mean by that is, because the transmitter and both the receiver system is able to be run via either a Sony MPF battery or a USB Type-C power, I want to know if I'm able to hot swap the battery whilst I plug in the power via a power bank into the USB Type-C port. So here we have 5 volt 2 amps as a USB Type-C port. So let's plug that in. And I don't see any different indicator on the screen. The power bank is active. So let me now remove the MPF battery and see if this system power cycles. Okay, 3, 2. Oh, how do we? Oh, there's a release button. Okay, 3, 2. Okay, how do I do this without damaging? Okay. So In the event this battery is depleted or reaching depletion, what we can do is whack in a power bank to provide ongoing power. And on the LED, we do have a difference. It now states DC in where the battery icon was. So what I can do is now, so again, this battery has depleted. Now we can add another battery to this system. And now if I were to remove this DC power, will the system survive? Okay. From the looks of things, oh, that's warm. Holy shit. I did not see this disconnect. Although I should have enabled camera 4 to see if there was any drop in transmission systems. So let's do that again. So let's plug in DC power via USB Type-C. I'll move this box up here. All right, so the top corner is the actual wireless camera transmission. So let's plug in USB Type-C. And now let's remove the MPF battery. Okay, battery has been removed. Transmission system seems to still be functioning. Let's now attach a new battery. Ooh. Okay, and now let's remove the DC USB power, and there you go. It doesn't seem like the transmission system disconnected at all. Okay, let's try that again. I'll mute the main mic and then we'll concentrate on the actual wireless transmission audio. Okay, where's the mic? Oh, here. Okay. You should be now hearing the audio from the mic too. All the tests. Yeah, so you should be now hearing the audio from the mic too. And again, there is quite a few blips that I can hear in the monitoring, like there. So I'm not sure what's causing that, and I'm not sure how to resolve it. All right, let's do another test of changing over the batteries using a power bank as a DC hot swap. Okay, let's plug in. Let's now remove the battery. Battery has been removed. Let's now get the new battery ready to insert. New battery has been inserted. I'm now going to remove the USB-C DC in. And yeah, that was the test of doing a hot swap battery swap whilst using a power bank to provide temporary DC power in to the transmission system. Yeah, okay, but now this is huge. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, whereas this is only 6. The only problem was I'm unable to see the battery indicator of how much battery is left. Although there is an indicator on the actual transmission unit itself, so we could visualize the power of that. All right, let's repeat again. Insert power bank. Remove. Okay, that was my bad.
That was my bad.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, we're back.
So that was my bad because I forgot to actually turn on the power bank. And when I yanked the battery, it killed it it killed the transmitter power. So yeah, I forgot to actually turn on the power bank. I just literally shoved the cable in. So okay, so now we'll plug that in.
How long to power on? Seems fast.
Yeah.
It seemed very quick for it to power back on and then reconnect. Might have to time it. I might have to look at the VOD and time out. time that. Wait. Can we create a clip? I'll create a clip now and see if we can get a rough estimate of the time. Okay, when did I cut out? All right, let's see. Let's fast forward that. Let's switch over to. I'm listening to the DJI Mic 2, but it doesn't sound that great, to be honest. Unless it's just my mic placement. The noise cancellation isn't on. It might just be my placement. Okay. Let me switch to the main mic.
Okay, so I've just about to make a clip. So let's see. So this is already a minute. This is the full 60-second allowable clip duration. And I'm pretty sure it was quick. It was like probably less than 30 seconds, if I'm being honest. The Mic 2 audio isn't great on the Pocket 3. You played with 2. Ah, okay. Oh, there we go. We're back. So how long was that? 7 seconds to... Okay, we might have to do more. So we'll plug that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So about 14 seconds for the transmission to regain. Transmission to regain. Okay. Yeah, not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Edit layout. Ooh, I wonder. Oh yeah, I could do this. Right. And then the main one could be me disconnecting. There's the shorts. Okay. So the clip is being made at the moment. So yeah, this is the VR RIS USB UVC HDMI wireless transmission system with dedicated Pocket 3 mounting mechanism attached as well. So yeah, pretty amazing from everything that have tested out now. Yes. Okay, let's see. 1125. It was 925 before. All right, cool. We're moving. Show that. So yeah, the first time I saw an inkling of this type of technology was from a Facebook group whom I was a part of for the YOLO box setups. I've already sold off my YOLO box because it wasn't as stable enough for me to utilize for what I wanted to do. So I sold it off. But I'm still part of the group. And one of the group members 2 weeks ago posted up a video of them utilizing this exact same system to use with their YOLO box. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I want. I wonder. Okay, so this is another thing as well. This is increasing the amount of equipment needed, but I wonder if this particular system will be a lot more stable as opposed to RTMP transmission. So say I wanted to use the Pocket 3 via my Rock 5A wirelessly. So I will need to set up a Wi-Fi hotspot or Wi-Fi USB adapter to be in hotspot mode or access point mode, and then push an RTMP stream from the Pocket 3 to that USB dongle in access point mode. Now, with this system, I wonder if this is a lot more stable as opposed to RTMP streaming. It does mean there's a lot more equipment to bring, but having a stable, more or less a stable stream might be more beneficial. But I don't know about the audio. So the audio is still causing a little bit of grief to me. So let me see when I actually saw this image on the YOLO Live community page. It might not have been, it might be a video. I don't remember this being... When was this? February 19, so literally 5 days ago. Okay, so I haven't looked at this page in a while. So the first time I saw this particular wireless transmission system specific for the Pocket 3 was... when was this? 1 week ago, February 11th. No, I think it was older than that. I didn't see the image either. I only saw... Yeah, it must be under images. Let's go. But where? Sorry, I'm just going to skim through some posts to see when I saw this particular wireless transmitter system. Come on. It's going to bug the shit out of me of when I saw it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I saw this transmission system on the YOLO Box group page on February 10. And after figuring out what the item was, I had a closer look at the device, and yep, it fit every criteria that I wanted, at least for the Pocket 3, and I bought it. And it arrived literally earlier today. So when I bought it was... So I purchased this on the same day, February 10. February 10 is when I purchased this particular system, and it's arrived earlier today. So yeah, pretty amazing. With why is that locked? Hang on, sorry. All right, let's switch over to the Cam Link 4. So this should still be the capture from the Pocket 3. Now I'm just gonna do some quick tracking while it's in front of me. Oh, okay. So this is interesting. The battery on the Pocket 3 has dropped to 85%, but it does have the lightning bolt on, so it is charging. Just don't know how fast it's charging. So let me... Nope. Nope. Ooh. Okay, hang on. All right, sorry, yeah. Just saw someone posted up another response to the comment that I've put up for a screen sharing app. Yeah, okay. So I think from the short amount of testing that we've done today, I think we have arrived at a very good purchase with the ability to not only just use a Pocket 3, but using an extension cable of USB Type-C, we're able to connect essentially any USB UVC webcam device to be used as a camera, to then be transmitted to the receiver, to then be pushed into whatever capture device you have on your main machine. That's something I could test as well, because right now we've just doing testing using the HDMI based output, but the receiver does have the ability to push out UVC webcam mode itself. So let me, how do we, all right, so I need to deactivate a hard drive. Which one am I using? All right, so I'll turn off that one. Then I can free up a USB port. Why isn't it freeing up? There we go. I guess that's it. Okay, so the hard drive has been deactivated, so that's fine. You're going to test it with the Osmo 360.
I don't have a 360. What are you talking about? I don't have a 360. Jeez. All right. I'm just going to get a USB Type C to USB Type A cable, and I'll connect. There's no yet Osmo. Osmo. There's no yet until. Nah, I don't know. I'm still no. No one's decided to test it or push it. So it's just one of those things where we have to wait till someone actually does. All right. So this is the receiver. This is a HDMI out. We also have a UVC out. So I'll be plugging that in now. We do have a setting up device pop-up notification on the PC. So now we'll just wait for that to do its thing, and then we should be able to start the UVC webcam input. Missingo should send his 360. Yes. One thing I have heard as well, and this is with most 360 cameras, is that they overheat. 360 cameras overheats, or it gets very warm. So you might have to look into some kind of a cooling situation. Now the camera's dropped to 82%. So I must have done something that's caused it to no longer retain charge. And the battery icon on the transmitter system still says full bars on the battery icon. Yeah, I mean, if you do a search about just 360 cameras overheating, there'll be quite a bit of forums discussing. All right, let me now attempt to try and input the USB UVC webcam output of the receiver onto the same scene that we have here. So we have video capture device. Call this UVC. Okay. Now let me select. And 19 match video format UV Rec 709 full. Okay, so this is the camera feed coming in from the HDMI. This is the camera feed coming in from the USB UVC output. Okay, so on the top is the UVC output. On the bottom is the HDMI. So it does seem that the USB is a lot more faster transmission. Let me now enable the UVC audio as well. Use custom audio device. Capture output. Use custom. Where is? There we go. Done. So this audio should be now the bottom camera. Muted? What? Oh, son of a bitch. Yep. I realized that when I switched the audio advanced properties, I switched it to monitor only and not output. Okay, so this is the camera feed and audio of the USB output from the receiver. This is now the video and audio output from the HDMI output of the receiver. And this is now both outputs of the receiver at the same time. So there's going to be quite a bit of delay. So the top camera is the USB UVC. So it is looking like it's coming in a lot faster than the HDMI capture. Okay, let's okay. All right, so we should be back, and yeah, yeah. I'm just watching the hand movement from the real-time camera to the wireless receiver output. So yeah. Okay, I am quite happy about that, although I'm not happy about the battery not charging on the Pocket 3. Even though it said it could, I'm just not entirely sure why it isn't. So, all right, let me turn off the transmission unit via the power button. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 seconds has powered off the entire transmission system unit itself. Let me now power it back on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should it just be one button tap? Yep. A one button tap to power on the device. The transmission device, sorry. And should be about 15 seconds until we get visual back in for the receiver that's being displayed in the top right hand corner of the screen. Or not. Okay. So the transmission system is on. However, even though the Pocket 3 has been attached this entire time, it hasn't gone into webcam mode. So I wonder if I can trigger that if I go into settings. So there's wireless mic, gimbal setup, selfie, built-in mic, on-the-go connection. Okay, I'm not sure what that icon means, but so let's power off the Pocket 3. Let's now power the Pocket 3 back on. Okay, now the Pocket 3 is engaging into webcam mode. So let's bring that in. And yeah, it was pretty instant. Literally turning on the camera system has automatically transmitted the image straight to the receiver. So in terms of recovering
any drops, it seems very fast to do so. Again, the battery icon on the Pocket 3 has now dropped to 76%. And it doesn't show, it does show a lightning icon, but it is still stuck at 76. We started off, I believe, at 96%, and it was holding when we were walking outside. So I must have done something in terms of the configuration to cause maybe the battery not properly charging the Pocket 3. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I also want to discuss as well, because yeah, I was working on that particular project for the past week, is a project that I was inspired by from another YouTube video. Now, in I'm trying to get the words. So essentially, it's running a camera system off of a drill battery, such as this, a standard drill battery that I can purchase from my local hardware store. This is the brand Ozito from the Bunnings hardware store. And okay. This is a rig that I've managed to get set up, and essentially the oh, can I use the Pocket 3 in this sense? Was it too much of a hassle? Let's switch over to the camera 4. All right. Let me transform. So we should be okay. So the entire project that I designed in Tinkercad and had 3D printed is essentially this piece. Oof, I did it so tight. So I 3D printed, so 3D designed in Tinkercad and 3D printed using my Creality K1C, printed in PETG. So the items that are here is a 50mm rail mount, a mechanism to attach the drill battery. I was planning to 3D print this, but I realized with the amount of times that the battery slides in and out, it will most likely wear out the 3D print. So I managed to salvage this mounting plate from a different tool and just measured and got it installed onto this 3D print. We also have a digital voltmeter that displays. We have a switch. And the key of this entire unit is this. This is a power distribution system that can take in voltages between 12 volt and 30 volt and convert it into a standard USB QC or a power delivery capable of delivering up to 30 watts. And that is the actual 3D print design.
So we've attached it to these rail system here. Make sure that's not too close. We don't want to impede the monitor. We'll then attach the battery. This battery is fully charged, or at least in the top 70%. We will now attach a USB cable. This will plug into a dummy battery, or not that one. This will plug into a dummy battery that's running on this Sony RX10. So we'll just do that here. And then we have a USB Type-C port. This was planning to be used to power a HDMI transmitter. Unfortunately, we have to be a bit gentle in terms of inserting some of these cables into these ports. Alright, so we have everything connected. Nothing's powered on yet. In order to power this, we need to flick this switch up. And then we have a voltage readout. We have 21 volts. This is lit up blue. That means it's an active power source. And now, if I can get the camera angle a bit right, I will now switch on the camera. And now we have power being fed into this camera. So this is a rig to power a camera using a drill battery without any mucking about with tuning or dialing down a voltage, a drop down voltage regulator or anything like that. It's literally just utilizing power from USB Type A and USB Type C ports. So most cameras these days have the ability to be charged and run off USB Type C power delivery, or you can get dummy batteries that terminate using USB Type A ports or even a USB Type C port as well. So that is essentially what my rig is, using standard Ozito drill batteries to literally slide in and provide power to the camera system. So essentially this 3D print is essentially an adapter to convert a drill battery and make it into a USB power bank. Essentially, that's what this entire thing is. So we can turn off the camera, turn off the unit, remove, grab another one, insert, turn on the camera, yeah, and that is at least this 3D print design, what I've been working on for the past week. Okay, let's see up here. Yes, okay, cool. I might turn off the Pocket 3 because we are now dropping to 71%. What is going on? All right, I'm just going to power off the Pocket 3. All right, it's now in charging mode while it's off, but the actual transmission system is still on. So I might have to think about removing the battery when putting these in storage. So yeah, okay, we don't need this mic anymore. Okay. Yeah, so that is what this is using a drill battery to provide power to power the camera rig.
Now, the other videos that's available on YouTube do a little bit more finessing with getting the correct voltages, and that's something I don't want to mess with. So I want to emphasize to utilize USB style power adapters. That way then it just plugs straight into this 3D printed device without any need to tweak or dial down very specific voltages. So it's literally just plug and play. That's what my device is aimed at being, or it's what it's designed to be. Now, I don't know what is the best way to try and get some kind of an LED indicator to let me know how full or low the battery is. But that being said, I can always just click on the indicator on the battery unit itself. So yeah, it was just a thought to see if there was any way to just redirect that type of visual to the rear of the camera, so it's easier to just see, okay, we're down 30% or we're down 20%. So now to turn off is just turn off and then remove the drill battery and then slide a new one in and then turn everything back on. So yeah. Ooh, this is a bit tight. Okay. Another project that I was also working on as well is getting a case designed and printed to fit onto an iPad mini. Let me see if I can grab that. Okay, where do I put this then? Oh no, is that a scratch? Oh, okay, shit. All right. So this is my iPad mini. This is the A17 Pro. It's the most recent variant of the iPad mini available in stores at the moment. And I've 3D designed and printed this case. Now, the purpose of this is to house a USB Type-C hub, as well as 2 fans. Now, the fans are blowing in, keeping the rear panel of the iPad cool. And the USB hub is there to house multiple USB-C devices into the hub itself. So the purpose of this particular, we can remove that. So the purpose of this particular design was to utilize the iPad mini as a control center for the Moblin app. And being an iPad mini, I'm able to connect the Pocket 3 or the DJI Action 4 via USB tether. So I'm able to then switch between the cameras, however many I've attached to the hub, and use it as a video switcher essentially. I've also been able to attach a audio interface, the Zoom PodTrack P4, as well as a couple of condenser microphones to provide good audio, good sounding audio. So yeah, that is what I've been also working on in the past week and a bit. And it's not the prettiest or smoothest design, but it's pretty good. What I'm using as a Wi-Fi hotspot. So because I am connecting all the cameras directly via USB cable, I'll be using my GL-iNet barrel router, which should still be here. this. So this here is the GLRNet barrel router. I've attached it to this 3D printed case. On the bottom we have a power bank that's providing power to the router, and on the rear we have the Netgear Nighthawk M7 providing internet via LAN cable into the router itself. Now, I could have just used a M1 for this, because why not? But because I already have the SIM card installed on the M7 Ultra, might as well just use that as the modem for the internet. And then here we are. So this is what I'm going to be using for the Wi-Fi network when we are doing a test podcast out somewhere, myself and Deadly, when we find the time and the good weather and good location. So I will bring along the iPad mini and 3 USB cameras. So most likely be the Pocket 3, which I have here, and then maybe 2 Action 4s. And then even though this iPad mini does have the ability to have an eSIM installed, I don't actually have an eSIM for this iPad. So I will be utilizing the internet from the Netgear Nighthawk, which is being fed into the router, and this will be providing Wi-Fi internet to the iPad mini. And for a second internet connection, I will use my S21 Ultra and use Moblink. And then for the third internet connection, I'll use my iPhone and enable the Moblin internet sharing into the configuration. So we have 1, 2 over Moblink, and then the third connection is a direct connection via Ethernet into the travel router. So that will give us at least 3 internet connections over Wi-Fi being fed into the iPad mini. Now, I could have just used the USB Type-C adapter to Ethernet adapter and just direct tether into the Netgear Nighthawk directly. But unfortunately, if I have 3 cameras already, the 4th port is going to be utilized to connect to a audio interface. So that's what I need the 4th port for. And I want to try and get 3 cameras integrated into this setup. So I'll have a wide shot showcasing myself and Deadly, and then I'll have somewhat of a close-up shot of myself, and that's camera number 2, and then camera number 3 will be a close-up of Deadly. And then I'll probably enable automatic scene switcher to switch between those scenes and keep the overall podcast a little bit more dynamic instead of just having a singular static camera angle. So yeah, I'll probably won't be using this setup though, because it is, yeah, I probably won't be using the transmission system setup though. So let me just deactivate that. Yeah, Moblin on the iPad has a hard limit of 2. Any 2 internal or wired cameras can only be displayed on the app itself. So you're only able to display 2 camera angles that are either internal or wired at any one time. If they were camera angles via RTMP or SRT, then you can add as many as you want. But unfortunately, I'll be attaching 3 hardline cameras, so that's not gonna be able to be utilized. So we might be able to utilize at least 2 cameras to be displayed at the same time on the one scene, and then just scene switch using the automatic scene switcher to cycle through each of those scenes. So I'll have a single scene as a wide shot showing myself and Deadly. Then we have 2 separate scenes, one that's sort of zoomed in or close up of our faces. Then I'll have one scene showcasing both camera angles on the same scene, and then I'll have another camera angle to showcase if I was going to bring another device, and then we were able to screen share that to the iPad mini, then there will be a little bit of a delay, but at least it's coming in over the Wi-Fi network connection and not via an actual tethered connection. So then I'll be able to manipulate the scene so that the speaker's face will be on one side, and then the other side of the screen will be whatever the screen share is on here, in case there needs to be something to be showcased on the podcast while we're doing it live. So yeah, that's a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to look into, and to be able to get prepared and ready for when we do go out. Now, this particular USB-C hub is unique in a way that I'm able to add in a 100 watt power delivery input, and that is able to provide charge to each of these ports, USB Type-C ports, as well as the USB Type-C that's going to be connected into the iPad mini. So that way, all the cameras that are attached via cable are going to be charged through that one cable going into here. The only thing that I didn't account for is how to power the fans. So I've just going to bring myself another power bank to just shove this into, and that its only job is to provide power to the fans, as well as providing power to the audio interface, because the audio interface is just going to be connected to the iPad mini via USB-C. That doesn't necessarily provide power back to the audio interface. So we'll have one main power bank providing power to the hub, and then essentially to all the cameras and the iPad mini. And then we have another power bank providing power to the fan, as well as the audio interface that I'll be bringing along as well. And yeah, there's so many things that are needed just for that, to be able to provide power and communications and connectivity, to be able to have that running fine. All right, we're just going to take a short break. Ads are completed. Thank you for sticking around. I'm just going to take a short break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you. How this compared to the A10 mini setup? I think very similar. This is a lot more intuitive with the iPad. You're able to manipulate things on the fly. You're able to visually see everything on its own inbuilt screen. Whereas the iPad mini setup, you're going to have to visualize what a particular button does. Even though you've probably set up and pre-configured everything, you're going to have to visualize, oh, what's picture-in-picture camera 2 and camera 1 going to look like? And then what's side-by-side of camera 2 and 4 going to look like? You're going to have to visualize that before switching over to that particular scene. Now, I still have my, right there, I have my multi-camera backpack set up pretty much ready to go. I've purchased one piece of kit that has allowed me to power everything through literally one V mount battery. Yeah, so it's a way to monitor while IRL instead of watching the playback of the stream. So that's a bit hard to do, and bringing along another monitor just to see which scene you're going to put up is probably going to add more weight and more power usage overall. So right now, I think that particular type of setup is good because this is this is one of the first setups that I have configured to allow for chat to redeem channel points in order to change camera angles. Now that the iPad mini running the Moblin app, as well as having aliases attached to some certain scenes, we are also now able to allow, I believe at the very least, mods to type in chat to change a particular scene. I don't know if the Moblin app has enabled chat commands to control the features, like the quick buttons. So I think sometimes having a chat command to say go into pixelate mode or mute the stream might be very helpful, especially if the iPhone is in the backpack. So as with my backpack that I brought down to PAX, the iPhone was literally in the backpack. So at the time I was unable to start or stop the Moblin stream, or even switch to a different or even enable a quick button command. There are chat commands for filters. Oh, okay. So that must be something new, because at the time when I was testing out the Moblin app on the 11 Pro Max while in PAX in Melbourne, it didn't have those commands at the time. It did have the commands to change camera angles, but not necessarily apply or enable or disable filters within the Moblin app. But yeah, I think how long or how quiet do you need to keep for that secret mystery app, Cliff? Oh yeah, just like in Back to the Future 2, where they put that tiny pizza, it makes it big. I can assume what your mystery app is, only because I might have seen it on someone else's stream. They did a live stream about it. So yeah, it's been unveiled, so not sure. Okay, yeah. Although it's not, it's been unveiled to early adopters. It's not fully expanded yet for the mass to use. So the only problem that ramblings is probably the cost. How much is it? Why didn't that? Interesting. Okay, yeah. Was there any updates? Hey, I'm just checking a few things here. Doesn't seem to be any. Nope, not that one. Oh, no, not that one. Dollars, yeah. But yeah, like you mentioned in your your stream of the mystery app. It's for those users who just want to just turn on the phone and just go live straight away without having to go into so many configurations and setups on the back end as well. If they can do equal to that or a bit more, then yeah. Someone mentioned that the mystery app isn't necessarily rivaling Moblin. It's more compared to Prism, is from what I read, and yeah. I think the most evenly matched streaming app that's in comparison is probably Prism. So it's too simple. Yeah, I know, but that's why a lot of people use it, because of its simplicity. But I guess we will need more things to modify and customize as well. Yeah, Moblin is light years ahead, given that it's also for free. It's just amazing. And the ability for it to work on both iOS, iPhone handsets, as well as iPads is truly pretty awesome as well. Streamlabs is above Prism. So yeah, okay. So you would Prism, Streamlabs, and then where would you put the mystery app? And then Moblin's like like stratosphere. Top. Ah, okay. Yeah. Because Streamlabs is also very simplistic as well. So yeah, so Streamlabs, Prism, then the mystery one will be in there too. Yeah, Moblin is like, what? How far? But yeah, I can't wait to showcase the iPad mini with the Moblin app and bringing in 3 wide cameras into the system and do a full-blown stream as well. Because I'll be doing the live stream podcast with Deadly, I'll probably be able to pinch some of his interconnections if he sets it to MobLink as well. So then we'll have like, I'll have 1, 2, 3, and then he has at the very least one primary phone that he can bring in a MobLink. I don't know. Yeah, he has his M6, so I don't know how I'm gonna incorporate that into a system that where everything's already taken over already. You've been having troubles with Moblin audio issues? Oh shit! Oh damn! What's your setup, Omosi? Is it the Orange Pi or is it the Moblin app? I've forgotten what your setup is right now. You keep, every time I watch your stream, something's changed a little bit. Before it used to be GoPro, now it's a DJI, now it's the iPad, now it's the iPhone. So it's hard to keep track of what you're using at the moment. So yes, explain your issue, explain your setup as well, and we will try and diagnose the issue. But yes, this transmission system that's dedicated for the Pocket 3, amazing. The audio is somewhat not as great, but for what it's delivering, amazing. I wonder if I'll think out loud later. Okay. Okay, turn off the receiver. Unplug that. Oh. Where was that? Okay. Okay. Buzzing noise. Okay. Let's have a look. And if you can, oh, not that one. If you can, Amosi, can you also write down what your actual current setup is? Okay, we are now in tech support mode. All right, let's see here. Do we have desktop audio enabled?
DJI. So when I switch to DJI,
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think I've heard of that before, to be honest. And your setup is DJI Action 4. What mic are you using? And what phone are you using? So we can try get an accurate representation of your setup and gear. Action 4, iPhone 17 Pro Max, S24 for hotspot. What about your mic? Are you using an external mic? And if you are, how are you connecting it? Oh, just the camera mic. Oh, wow. Okay. Is your Action 4 also connected to a power while during that period, or is it not plugged in at all? Wow, okay. I personally don't think I've encountered that particular issue before. Oh, okay. So the latency within the Moblin app of the RTMP server. All right, let's okay. Let's crack this. Let's crack this. Can it's charged up. No power. Default is 2000, but Moblin suggests higher to reduce. Which one's that one? The RTMP server latency? You're not using your front camera, right? You're just using one camera? Okay. Don't need that one. server latency, yeah. So I think for my RTMP servers, it's pretty high because I want to match my internal cameras to be relatively in sync with the wireless RTMP cameras as well. Okay, so we've done that. Oh, what are these? These are 5 volt 2 amps, so 10 watts. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Do that. Okay, zip that up. It only happens when you switch phone camera, then back to Action 4. Okay, I'll use my iPhone so it's all in the same happenings. So let me just... Okay, so you're using an S24, right? For your hotspot. All right, so I will use my S21 as the hotspot. Okay, so I've set my S21 as my hotspot. I'm now going to power on the Action 4. I'm now going to change the phone's Wi-Fi to connect to the S21 hotspot. Okay, sometimes it doesn't show. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so we have the Action 4. I'll just enable that now. Action 4 S21. Zoom. Bright. Okay. I will switch the Action 4. So let me just turn off all these other scenes as well, so it's not as overwhelming. All right, so we have one scene on the Moblin app. We have the Action 4 connected. Now let's have a look at the ingest settings. So RTMP, DJI Action 4. I have my latency set to 19933 in order to sync up everything. So mic override. So we go to audio. Oh no, the mic override is what? On Moblin or the actual stream? Sorry. All right, so if you wait, were you switching the Moblin scenes? Yes. Lethal, thank you for the lurk. So Amosi, when you say you switch to the Action 4 camera, what camera were you using before? Wow, Lethal, thank you for the 100 bits. You don't have to do that, man, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome on in. Hey, how you been? Oh, you're in lurk mode, so all good. All right, so assuming you mentioned you had the front camera, so when you switch from the front camera, 50 more? Too generous, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. You don't have to do that. It's fine. I do appreciate it. Pog. All right, so let me just quickly turn off something here. All right, so we have the front facing camera here, and then when you switch to the Action 4, that buzzing noise sounds. So what we want to check is we want to go into the scenes. We want to go into your scene that has your Action 4, which in this case for me is Action 4. Now we need to scroll down. We need to scroll down and mic override. So we need to turn off mic override. That way then whenever the scene of the Action 4 camera has been switched to, it will automatically connect to the Action 4 mic and not necessarily to a mic that you have made its primary for the scene. Oof. So yeah, so right now before I had the mic to be the Pocket 3, even though this is the Action 4. But if we turn that off, now whenever we switch to the Action 4 scene, it should state it's going to be the Action 4 microphone. And that will be the same for the front microphone as well. It should state it should be the front microphone. So let's switch over to the front camera. Now let's check the microphone. It is still selected as Action 4. So it should have switched to the front microphone in the front scene. So let's go back to the Action 4. Now if we go into the mic, it is primarily still the same. So it depends on what you have set up for your configuration. So what you may have to do is either disable mic override or enable it to just be the Action 4. So you go into the scenes, you go into Action 4, you scroll down to mic override and point it to the Action 4 RTMP. Likewise for the front, if you know that the front camera, you want to use the front microphone, you click override and then choose front. So and therefore, if we go into the front camera, it will now switch to the front microphone always. And if we go into the Action 4 scene, it will also then switch to the Action 4 microphone as well. So hopefully that will have resolved your issue. But for that buzzing sound to be on all the time, that's causing some, yeah. Well, let me know how you go. I'm Aussie. Yes, okay, let's go live. Let's switch to the live scene. Yes, okay, let's go live. Let's switch to the live scene. Okay, so this now should be the camera angle of the Action 4 as well as the microphone. I'm now going to tap on the Action 4 mic. It's my S21. It has reception. So. All right, I'm going to now tap the front-facing microphone. And now I'm going to tap the Action 4 microphone to prove that it's not the Action 4's mic. All right, so hopefully that's those configurations will help with the mic issue. I think so, yeah. So this is now the Action 4 and the Action 4 mic, and now I'm going to tap on the front-facing microphone so you can tell that it's not the. Yeah, the S21 Ultra isn't really great in terms of the reception, so we are going to get some skipping. Yeah, so I'll probably delete that one. Remove the Rodecaster. Remove the Ugreen. Video capture. What is that? Hang on. I just need to clean up this. There's so many things on in the scene. Why? So yeah, let me just stop the stream. Hopefully that has. You have override off. Okay. Did you want to turn it on? And then we also want to look into your ingest as well, which you said you've set to 2000, so that should be more than enough. What else? What else did? DJI resolution. So we go into cogwheel, we scroll down till we see DJI devices, then we go into the selected DJI device and check to see what your streaming bitrate is set at. If it's high, that may cause some glitching. I've experienced that. I don't know if it affected audio though, unless I had a different audio path connected. But your S24 Ultra should be able to handle at the very least 4 megabit per second. Yeah. So, and you're using the onboard mic. So how? So that shouldn't cause that buzzing sound. Was the iPhone also being charged as well? So maybe drop the bitrate to 4 and then try again. And then your Moblin server, sorry, your Bellerbox server output stream. That shouldn't matter. Do you have any other audio devices connected? I know that sometimes if you have like a Bluetooth speaker attached to yourself, then that might cause some interference as well. So output, no. Bluetooth output only, we can disable that. Prefer stereo mic. Only works when the front or back mic is selected. switching between mono and stereo mics may not work. Okay. Let's go into audio. And we have codec as AAC or Opus. And then we have the bitrate to 128 kilobits per second. This is within the audio settings of Moblin. Because it's an audio issue that you're pushing RTMP straight into the iPhone using the S24 Ultra as the Wi-Fi hotspot. Then RTMP latency is set at 2000, which is standard, so that should work. Is there anything else on the iPhone that's running? Right, I'll be back in a minute. Please hold.
Apologize to everyone, but at the same time, I don't apologize at all. I'm doing this is content. Thing, it's another. There we go. Right, I'm not gonna put my hands up. Where the fuck are you pointing to? Bro, over here. Bro. Bro, over here. Why are you running away from me? No, bro, come back. Oh my God. You know what? I'm just gonna disconnect the tracking. I'm gonna Oh. All right.
Just Moblin? Okay. So, I don't know what will be causing that buzzing sound. You have Action for 17 Pro Max, S24 Ultra. Shit, yeah. Okay. So Ray said he did hear the noise? Yeah. Maybe the only thing I can think of is maybe do like a full restart on all your devices. So the iPhone, the S24 Ultra, and then for the Action 4, pull the battery out and then plug it back in again. Did you set the Action 4 to just use the 5.8 gigahertz band? I don't think that's an issue though. But And did you also set your S24 Ultra's hotspot to 5.4 gigahertz band as well? You heard some of the new cameras have audio glitch issues. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, especially the Action 6. Okay, yeah, the Action 4 should be solid. And even just using the internal microphone of the Action 4 should be fine. So only the VOD is making that buzzing noise. Oh, okay. But live, no. So how many channels have you set for pushing out to the VOD? Is it both YouTube and Twitch? Interesting. Excuse me. Okay. Down. You've had audio glitching while multi-streaming direct from your phone. Ah, but I don't think Amosi streams direct to his phone. The noise was on the green as well? Ah. Could it be Bellabox related? Maybe? Because if it's on all VODs, could it be a audio an audio mixer within your scene for live? If you have too many things listed in the sources. That's, yeah. It's interesting. Not using Bellabox streaming to restream. I mean, the Bellabox cloud. So, from Moblin, are you streaming back home to OBS? Or are you pushing from Moblin straight to restream? Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen your chat overlays, right? Moblin RTMP to restream. Okay, so you're direct streaming from Moblin straight to restream, and then from restream pushing out to YouTube and Kick. So, yeah, okay. I don't think I've ever encountered that before because I'm streaming to my home PC and then the home PC is pushing out to restream. So, that's probably why the first will be okay and the second, third can be glitchy. Ah, okay. So then what would you suggest to try and resolve this audio glitch? Or should you just have the primary camera as the Action 4 and not switch to the front facing camera and just keep the Action 4 the primary camera? You've done it from the A Coco on air and the DJI Mimo apps. both times glitchy on the second or third platforms. Ah. Do you think you need to add more latency? So more delay to the stream output? And what I mean by that, because you're streaming direct to the RTMP of Restream, maybe streams. Oh, hang on. I don't know. Give me a sec. Little box. So imagine my Bella box was the RTMP for Restream. Would you need to increase the latency higher? Of course. And I'm not sure about adaptive bit rates. I've heard that enabling adaptive bit rates also causes some issues with the stream as well. Ah, okay. So it's a sort of so it's not constant. Okay. Oh,
IRL_Rai rated my stream with 2 viewers.
Ray! Welcome on in, Ray. Hope you're doing well. I was watching your stream literally before you rated. What camera were you using? Because it seemed very fisheye. So yeah. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm part of the raid because I was watching Ray while we were discussing. Hang on. Let me say bye. Nope. Okay. There we go. See? Raider from Ray. Yeah. Well, I hope you're doing well, Ray. Action 4 was getting outside, getting drinks. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I hope you're doing well, man. And hopefully it's not too humid for you over in Singapore. So, yeah. We're just doing some tech support questions with Omosi, who's having a very unique issue with his audio when he's streaming using the Action 4 and his gear. And we've just come to find out that he's pushing his stream direct to Restream via RTMP. And Cliff has mentioned that when pushing from a phone to an RTMP service, whether that be Twitch or YouTube, on the second or third RTMP stream attempt, there is sometimes audio glitching. So yeah, haven't experienced that before because I'm usually, when I'm streaming, I'm pushing from the home PC straight to Restream, which is then pushing onto Twitch and YouTube as well. So yeah, but again, welcome on in, Ray. If you need to raid and run, by all means, go right ahead and yeah, enjoy yourself. And it's hopefully not too hot or too humid over in Singapore at the present moment. So I do again appreciate your raid. Thank you. All right. Here we are. So yeah, we're just getting some more information from Omwasi with his current setup. Scatter. So yeah, we're just getting some more information from Omwasi to try and figure out if we can pinpoint the issue that he's having with his buzzing sound from his Action 4 in some of his platforms that he's live streaming to. So far, again, Cliff has deduced it possibly to the actual hardware. streaming from a phone direct to a platform does sometimes cause the audio to glitch or buzz out. So hopefully that is the issue, but I don't exactly know what the process is to try and remedy that particular issue. Yeah, it seems unique because by all accounts, all the actual stats, specs, and hardware, everything should be working fine without any issue. But here we are. So yeah, might have to think about that and figure out another way to try and get that tested out, because you have pretty much a top of the line phone. You probably have good enough internet as well, so that should not be an issue at all. Back to Prism. But I don't know if Prism is able to ingest the Action 4 as a wireless RTMP. Can it? Is that because I haven't used Prism in such a long time, so I have no idea if it has that ability to do so. Or could you use a different multi-stream service like Meld? MELD. Meld. I haven't used it. I've been told about it. I can't remember from whom. But the Meld does apparently allow up to 4 multi-streams without having to pay a subscription for free. So I don't know how they're making money. It's, yeah, quite insane. Yes, I'm able to get that done. Only if you're using, I can do it right now. Hang on. Let me, I might switch over to the actual travel router, because it's a better signal, and it's also connected to the home network, so we can get that done. Okay, let's do that. Action 4. We want Action 4 barrel, and I'll switch. Be right back. Hang on. Going to do a slow twist. Okay, and we're going to do another twist this way. Down. So I'm like shaking up a margarita. No. So hopefully nothing's dropped. Nothing's here.
the sleeping room.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
The sound of Midman's gun is so terrifying.
And I missed
What
every
are you
single
using?
shot.
What is that gun?
The Carrick .300.
Fuck.
Where?
This gun's
in
fucked.
what game is that from?
Maybe Modern Warfare 2.
Okay.
It's a
I was
full
gonna say,
full automatic.
it sounds so heavy for no reason.
Well, I couldn't be bothered waiting for the bolt action to happen, so I'm like, yeah, I want full. I'll miss every shot, but I want full.
There's one there.
Thing, it's another. There we go. Right, I'm not gonna put my hands up. Where the fuck are you pointing to? Bro, over here. Bro. Bro, over here. Why are you running away from me? No, bro, come back. Oh my God. You know what? I'm just gonna disconnect the tracking. I'm gonna.
집에 가면서 먹으려고 설마.
Degrees on one end. 35. Okay, let's quickly look at the. What's that say? Focus. 200. Okay. So the air fryer can reach 200 degrees Celsius or 400 Fahrenheit. I am testing out these two devices. On the left we have the Pocket 3 along with its RTMP stream. On the right we have the Action 4 connected to a DJI Mobile 7P gimbal with the tracking module enabled as well. So let me just cover the Action 4 so you can see it black out on screen, and then I'll cover the Pocket 3. So Pocket 3 and a poor man's Pocket 3 with tracking. Sorry about that. Had to get dinner ready. Were you able to get wrist working Moblin to OBS? Yes, I have managed to get that working. There is some issues in regards to stats, so unable to determine the overall output data being streamed out is one issue that some users have responded with. So the wrist relay I'm using is from a service that I'm paying for via IRL host is what I am using for the wrist. It is priced at $5.99 US dollars per month, and wrist has the ability to also do bonding as well. I've only done test streams while at home when using the wrist protocol, but we can have a look now. So I'll just double check to make sure we have the Action 4 connected. So we do. The phone is connected to my travel router, and the travel router is connected to the home network. So, oh, another break. Okay, Jesus. Oh. Yes, so I need to look into this. Okay, let's have a look. Interesting. So we go into streams. We'll switch over to the custom wrist, and just double checking we have both the front. Wait, why does? Oh, that's. Oh, is that still on? No, I turned it off. Okay. So I've changed the output stream destination. So instead of bell box, I've changed it to my wrist endpoint, or endpoint relay server. So now, if I were to showcase this, I'll also connect my smartphone, the S21 Ultra, into the travel router and enable MobLink. That way then you can see the multiple internet connections that are active. And now let's enable MobLink. So you can see MobLink in the top corner here. I'll start. It's found a device and it's connecting as well under blue. So let's switch over to the action 4. Let's now go live. And we are live via the wrist protocol. So as you can see, we have 55% on Wi-Fi, 22% on internal cellular, and 30% on the MobLink phone. We are pushing out at 5 megabit per second, but there's 0 bytes being pushed. So if I now go into the wrist, into my live scene within OBS, okay, so we have 2 cheese hot dog sticks in this air fryer. We set it at 180 degrees, and we set it for 15 minutes. Okay, here it's consuming about 400 watts from the battery itself, but the actual power draw from this is 372 watts. Okay. Okay. Let's go. All right, so unfortunately, there's something I have to do, and I have to fucking do it. I have to get it done. So I'm gonna call it a night. So thank you again to everyone who's tuned in. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you, Amosi. Thank you, Monkey. Thank you, Corrupt. Thank you, Ray, for the raid as well. Thank you, Lethal, for tuning in too. Thank you, Mojo Jojo. Thank you, Cyrenus, as well. Hopefully you get some good ass sleep. So yeah, thank you again to everyone who's tuned in. I do apologize. It's a very sudden stop, but I have to get things done. So all right, thank you again to everyone. And just multitasking. Oh, nice. All right, I'm gonna have to head off, and I do apologize for the very sudden closing. So I'll catch you guys maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I still haven't figured out what I want to do yet. Deadly's back in Darwin, so might catch up with them. We might even do some road testing with the iPad mini and the Moblin app. All right, thank you again, everyone. Thank you, guys. Bye.